Gamify Your Life, player.
Stop being in relationships with people who don't respect you. Because when they don't respect you, it lessens you. You have potential, but the lack of good energy will minimize you. You can stop your own blessings just by the person you have beside you. Your life is in slow motion because of the people you got in the car with you. So sometimes it's important to drop off the dead weight, because right now you are a prisoner of your own life, and to let them go is your only escape. Some of y'all out here dealing with people who won't even show up to your wake. So stop letting people block your blessings and get out of your own way. Right, players, welcome back to Gamify Your Life, where life is a game and we're out here unlocking the cheat codes to get to that next level. Today, we are talking about one of the most crucial missions that you will probably be on. And that's how to not fumble the bag when you're dealing with beautiful women. Look, the reason why celebrities like Leonardo DiCaprio, Idris Elba, or even Rihanna, if you swing that way, get all the attention is because they have mastered their inner game. It's not just about fame, money, or just their looks. It's their confidence, their independence, and their refusal to pedestalize anyone. Trust me, player, you can have all the fame in the world, but if your game is weak, you will still end up in that friend zone.
I mean, we're just friends.
Friends.
And none of us want to be in that friend zone. So let's break down the 5 commandments to make sure that you do not play yourself when dealing with beautiful women. Mistake number 1, putting her on a pedestal like she is the only woman in the world. Cause let's be real, she's not. There's a whole lot of fish in the sea, and there's a whole lot of branches on a tree. So do not make her feel like the ocean when she's just a drop in this bucket we call life. We don't do that for Tinder dates. No, you do that for your wives. And yeah, I said wives because if you know me privately, you know I'm on some other shit. But back to the point. When you make her feel like the prize instead of a person, women don't want to babysit your insecurities. For instance, the homie Mike, 27 years old, software engineer, meets a stunning pretty little thing named Jessica at a friendly get-together, right? The moment he lays eyes on her, he is convinced that she is the most incredible, beautiful person that he's ever met walking on this earth. Mike spends the entire night fetching her drinks, laughing at every joke, even the bad ones, and then complimenting her like every 5 seconds on her beauty. Jessica enjoyed the attention like they normally do, but she doesn't feel a real connection. Why? Because Mike has placed her on a pedestal that was so high that she couldn't even see him as his equal. And by the end of the night, she thanks Mike for being such a sweet guy, but leaves with the bartender who challenged her thoughts and made her feel like a regular person and had decent conversation with her. Moral of the story, treat her like a person, not a prize. Confidence and respect will always outshine desperation. Being too nice or agreeable, thinking that you will win her over. Player, that won't work. Women want someone who can challenge them, not a robot programmed to say yes, yes, yes. Yes, dear. No. Let's talk about Kev from the group, who doesn't mind sharing his story. He was attracted to his co-worker Star, right? She was gorgeous, maybe a 9 or a 10. In my personal opinion, she was an 8. But Kev was convinced that the way to her heart was always agreeing with her. If she said she hated pineapples on pizza, so did he, even though he might have secretly liked it. She said she loves yoga, so the next day he goes out and buys a yoga mat. But guess what happens? Star ended up dating the bad boy at work, the one who told her pineapples on pizza is elite, and laughed at her when she invited him to yoga. Understand this, women don't want a clone, they want someone who can stand their ground firm. Celebs like Idris Elba, they just ooze backbone and self-assurance. This is why women are attracted to them effortlessly. Constantly seeking her approval or trying to impress her with flashy gestures? No. When you do this, you come across as insecure and desperate, which is the ultimate attraction killer. I can remember the homie Steph blowing his whole paycheck trying to impress his crush Joy. We talking flowers, dinner, designer bags, you name it. But the more he gave, the more distant she became. Turns out Joy didn't need gifts. She wanted someone who can really have real deep conversations with her. But meanwhile, Steph, the only thing he was bringing to the table was him flexing his wallet to showcase his personality, and she wasn't into that. You gotta think of celebs like Leonardo DiCaprio. They don't chase anyone for validation. No, they let their vibe speak for itself. You don't need to buy someone's attention, bro. You need to earn their respect. So player, raise the bar and find your vibe. And I guarantee you, you'll be able to attract the right queen to your tribe. Quit dancing around the truth. If you are interested in her romantically, make that shit crystal clear. Otherwise, you are just her emotional support dog, waiting for her to pat your little head. If you do not make your intentions clear, you will be fouled as just a number in her mental space, as just another friend that she's gonna add to the friend zone. This makes me think about Josh, who spent months building up the courage to ask out his friend Emily. He laughed at her jokes, helped her with her groceries, helped her move, even babysat her cat when she went on vacation. But when Emily started dating a guy who barely texts her, Josh almost lost his shit and he was crushed. His fatal error? He never said, "Emily, I'm into you." The friend zone isn't a place, it is a state of mind. If you want to be more than friends, you need to make that move and make it crystal clear. Sure, rejection exists and it might be scary, but regret hits harder, player. Embrace your confidence about what you want in life and go for it. Rejection is part of the game. This is how you build tougher skin. Shoot your shot, because if you don't, someone else will be dunking in her basket. Looks, money, clout. Yeah, it might grab her attention. You might catch her eye with that, but you won't keep her around. If your personality is shallow like a kiddie pool, she's out, bro. Women might be attracted to the packaging, but they stay for the substance. Let's talk about Jason, a successful entrepreneur, luxury car, designer clothes, even has a penthouse apartment. When he meets Rachel, he impresses her with all the expensive dinners, the endless stories about wealth, and all of his dreams. Now Rachel, she's initially intrigued, but soon after she realizes that Jason doesn't ask her about her interests, doesn't make her laugh, and doesn't have much debt beyond his own possessions. So of course, she loses interest quickly and moves on to a regular degular Jake, who has a regular car, regular lifestyle, regular job, but makes her feel seen and makes her feel heard, which makes her more comfortable. Celebs like Chris Hemsworth might look good to women, but it's their charm, charisma, and substance that seals the deal. You see, the material things may grab their attention and draw them in, but it's the substance that keeps them. Beautiful women aren't the end game. They are just part of your adventure, part of your journey. Build yourself into the kind of player who attracts the best because of who you are, not what you're trying to be. You are not here to impress, you are here to excel. When you focus on becoming a high value man, which I don't even like that term, who respects himself and has purpose and knows his worth, the right women will naturally want to join your team. The question isn't whether you are good enough for her, it's whether she is good enough for the life you are building. Now player, Go out there and master the game. And remember, the friend zone is a loser's choice. Today, we are choosing to win.